Hey guys, What's 5 here with episode number 9 of the Crystal Palace Career Mode on FIFA 23. Kicking it off, we are taking on Manchester City at the Etihad. Now, last time we played them, we kept Erling Haaland quiet. It was a 3-3, a really good game. And yeah, we kept him quiet. It was their midfielders that did most of their damage from outside the box. And we're 16 minutes into this one. It looks to be a very different tale. It is another midfielder, or a winger, whatever you want to say. It is Phil Foden that opens the scoring. And it is much earlier than I thought it would be. I thought we could maybe have another similar competitive game against them. Obviously, they play that high line, so we are able to catch them out quite a lot of the time. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Eze gets the better of Laporte, gets the better of, I think it was maybe Diaz in the defence with him, maybe a Kanji. But then he goes and finishes past Edison. And our player of the season so far, I must say, Abriche Eze, goes and makes it 1-1. Instant reply. Phil Foden's like, I'm the best youngster in the Prem. Eze says, yeah, mate, hold this one, mate, hold this one. But 25 minutes into the game, just 10 minutes after the first goal went in, a second's been scored, and then a third is put home by another midfielder. It is Kevin De Bruyne, probably the best player in the Premier League, quality-wise. You know, obviously Haaland, they're all up there, but De Bruyne is, I think, by far the best player in the Premier League. Yeah, comment down below who you think the best player in the Premier League is. But we can't clear our lines. Eventually it finds Mahrez. Mahrez finds the back of the net. 40 minutes into this one, it's a very different story than the game at Selhurst Park, because for some reason Mahrez runs over and does the J-Lings celebration in front of the camera. But we're 4-1 down. Things are not looking good. We are struggling, and yeah, it's only going to get worse from here. That's all I'll say. Because in the 70th minute, Tielemans dinks one over the top to Foden. Foden cuts inside, lays it inside to De Bruyne, and he shoots. He scores. He gets his second goal of the game, and 5-1 is now currently the scoreline. We've still kept Haaland quiet, which is good news for us. But yeah, we're 5-1 down. 70th minute. It's not good, especially for the goal difference, which we've done pretty well actually to kind of get to somewhere around an even mark. But yeah, it's just not looking good as Haaland just skips past everyone, hits it on his stronger left foot, and there we go. We've conceded to Erling Haaland. He makes it 6-1. He goes over, does his classic celebration. He's pointing at me right now, laughing at me because we did concede to him. But yeah, it's 6-1. Not looking good. Goal difference in the mud. Goalkeeper in the mud. Defence in the mud. Whole team looking shaky. And yeah, there's nothing we can do really. We just have to wait till the summer transfer window to try and make some signings to kind of shore up a couple of certain positions. As is Elise gets a consolation goal, so both of our two best players actually this season, Eze and Elise, go and get a goal for us. And then Sam Johnson, I don't know what he's doing there, but he passes the ball straight to Haaland. He kind of hesitates with his kick. And eventually it is going to find its way back to Haaland, and he finds the back of the net, punishes Sam Johnson for being a stupid idiot, and he is definitely getting replaced next season. That is one position. I am buying a new goalkeeper. I'm looking at Dean Henderson from Man United. Decent rating. Obviously he's their second choice keeper, so he shouldn't hopefully cost too much. Yeah, I just can't be dealing with Gaeta or Dean Henderson. They've both been poor this season. As a couple of transfer deals come through. One for Joachim Anderson. He has been another one of the players. He has been the superior centre-back this season. Anderson, not so much. So I am willing to sell him. Obviously, we wanted 35 million. It was deadline day. I was trying to get as much money as possible for some of these players. Sorry, it wasn't deadline day. It was near the end of the window. Same can be said for Eze. As I said, he's been our player of the season so far this season. And if Atleti want him, they've got to pay the big bucks. I know they've got the money. You know, they spent 100 odd million on João Felix. 70 million for Eze is a steal. You know, he's better than João Felix. But again, they rejected that one. And we move on to a game against Nottingham Forest in the league. Hopefully now we can get back to winning ways after an embarrassing game against Man City. if we can get back to winning ways here against Forest, that won't be the end of the world, you know. And things start off very well. A lovely, lovely Michael Olise goal. As I said, him and Eze have been the superior players this season for us. Everything has come through them. I'd say Loftus-Cheek is also in there for his goal and assist tally from centre midfield. We've been terrible since he got injured. He was a really, really pivotal part of this team. And yeah, as soon as he went down, I kind of knew the attacking output maybe not going to be quite as good as it was with him. We are very, very close, though, I will say, to the return of Wilf Zaha and Tyreek Mitchell, which means that he can go back to his original position, and Zaha, hopefully, can return and get us some goals in that central striker position as well, to go alongside Eze and Zaha. And Eze and Olise. And you might be able to see on the pitch there, number 3, Tyreek Mitchell, and you might also see on the ball right there, Wilf Zaha. You know, I said it'd be very soon till they were back. It was a matter of seconds till they were back, and he almost gets an assist 6 minutes into his return. But Doucouré's volley is not the best. But, you know, we're still winning. We're still attacking. We're still playing really, really well. Sam Johnson currently has a clean sheet. So just remember that. As Will Hughes turns, plays it up, and there's a chance here as Olise knocks it through to Wilf Zaha. There's only one man in the middle. It is Eze. And the less we say about that, the better. You know, we'll just swipe that under the carpet. We'll ignore that because he's our player of the season. You know, he's allowed one off chance. But when the off chance doesn't go in, and then a couple of minutes later, there's a chance for Nottingham Forest, and you know, it eventually ends up in the back of the net, and you know, the game's not really been going your way anyway. It's been mainly Nottingham Forest doing a lot of the attacking output. You kind of want that to go in, and you kind of expect your player of the season to score that. But 1-1 is the current score against a relegation-threatened Nottingham Forest. And yeah, like I said, since Loftus-Cheek went down with his injury, we've been terrible. Thankfully, Mitchell and Zaha are back, so hopefully that sees an output in, or an uptick in our form. Obviously, this is the last game before the January transfer window, so that will be in today's episode. And we'll also have a game, the first game of February, against Villa. But you can see a lot of the attacking is coming from Forest, and we're very, very fortunate that it didn't end like a Man City scoreline, you know? We are lucky, I might say. But speaking of Villa, they are going to be our next game, and they're also going to be the location of IU. I think that's Jordan IU. I actually cannot remember, but he's gone to Villa. He will maybe play against us next time round in the next game. But as you see there, Mitchell, Zaha, they're back. They're on the bench right now, I think because we played so well. But Milojevic, he has agreed to go somewhere, and also Guehi's release clause. 53 million from Sporting. They're spending that Bruno Fernandes money on Marc Guehi, the Champions League outfit. I was willing to risk it, and thankfully, he wanted to stay. He didn't want to go to Sporting, and we saved ourselves. That's why he's the vice captain behind Wilf Zaha. He is the vice captain. So thankfully he stayed. Thankfully we didn't have to spend any more money on a new centre back, especially on deadline day. That would have been a real panic. And well, maybe we should have, because 16 minutes into the game, Danny Ings makes it 1-0. And as I said, we've been shit since Loftus-Cheek. That's just an excuse. That's an attacking excuse. Defensively, we've been poor all season. Really, really poor. I think Wan-Bissaka may have been a mistake in signing him, because defensively he's not really helped us out a lot. He's our highest rated player. He's 83 overall. So maybe if we back him up, obviously Guehi's an 81, Zaha's an 82. So I think if we get the right signings in next season, I think it's mainly been down to Sam Johnson just not being able to get his hand on the ball. But after 3 months out, Wilf Zaha does get his return goal against Villa. He does make it 1-1. But what is that? I don't know what that is. Sam Johnson, there's no words to explain it anymore. He's dog shit. He is dog shit. I wish there was a stat to see how many goals he conceded this season. Maybe I'll go back in the episodes and count how many goals he's conceded, because it's poor. It is poor. Wilf Zaha, though, does return, and thankfully he has returned, because he does make it 2-2 just on the stroke of halftime. He goes and celebrates in front of the Villa fans as well. And yeah, it's just thankful he's back, and hopefully Eze doesn't return to the form he was when Zaha was still fit. If you remember that, Eze obviously stepped up in the absence. And again, Sam Johnson, I mean, it's insane. It's insane. That's all I'll say. It's insane. Would Geiger have saved that? Probably not. Would Jack Butland have saved that? Probably not. That's why we need a big, high-rated goalkeeper. And I think Dean Henderson's the man. Thankfully, well, I'm thankful that our attack in most games is actually keeping up with the opposition, as we see here. 3-3. We're in the mindset right now of we'll outscore you. That's the only way we'll win games. We'll outscore you. All these high-scoring games are 3-3 against Villa. It shouldn't be 3-3. You know, Sam Johnson should have made a couple of saves in there and helped us actually in this one, as Emi Martinez raised a great save to deny Wilf Zaha in the dying minutes of this game. Now we do give away the ball, and there's a counter-attacking chance here, and we need a save to be made by Sam Johnson, and thankfully he finally makes one to deny Danny Ings and to deny them the winning goal. As again, Digne plays it to the edge of the box. We know he's susceptible to long shots, but thankfully there's a chance here our way, and Zaha just looks to drive away from the defence. Digne somehow keeping up with Zaha, not too sure how that happens, but Elise lays it off to Eze, strikes one from deep, and another great save from Martinez does deny us the chance, and it does secure the single lone point in this game for Aston Villa. And that's going to be it for this episode. Pretty disappointing one overall, but I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.